AGZ gang, guys. Okay, so today's video I definitely want to talk about this. And what it is we're talking about, as you can see from the title, is things to come in update 4. But we're not only talking about update 4 here. We're talking about update 5, 6, 7, the future of GPL. Things that come in update 4 and beyond. Alright. And before we actually get into listing things, I want to say update 3.5 is probably the best update in this game's history in terms of how do I even word this? In terms of actually helping the player base get what they need. Like, everybody can get low gear now. I feel like low gear is going to be easy to get. In a sense, they did kind of make it pay to win, but like, I guess it rewards players that work hard and actually grind in a game. So now boss farming is going to be more viable, because the more you boss farm, the more items you get, and the items you get, you trade them. So that's GG. So it's not going to be hard to get items. Has it completely destroyed the economy? I genuinely don't think so, because the economy before was trash anyways. So now it's just better, in my opinion. So now future fruits to come, people will have fruits stacked for them and get to trading, you know? Anyways, to the video. The first thing I want to talk about in terms of things that will probably come, things we do know is going to come, right? The first one is Yuru. Now, I've talked about Yuru many times before in the past. We've seen FoUH Anime and other devs kind of briefly show it. There's a clip out there of someone using it in arena, but I don't own the clip, so I'm just gonna put a picture of it. I'm not gonna actually show any footage because I don't want to get TSK void, okay? Don't want to get copyright struck. So I'm just gonna put a picture of it, of someone actually, a dev actually using it in arena. So that's interesting. One thing to note is that from when Yuru was first developed, aka before the game even released, and now, it has no significant differences, like at all. It has the same move set, and yeah. So why are they holding on to Yuru if they haven't even changed anything about the weapon? I don't know. They're probably saving it for a future update, for a big update. They're probably never gonna release it. Honestly, at this point, who knows? Who knows? Another thing that's gonna come sometime in the future is future fighting styles. Now, the one future fighting style we already know of is Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw is said to come sometime in the future. We don't know. It could be update 4, new world. It could be sometime after that. You made us vote on when we want Dragon Claw to come into the game, but I'm pretty sure he retracted. He definitely retracted the vote, and decided to let it come at a later date. One of the other developers said if we wait for Dragon Claw, it will be better. Now, one thing I will say with the whole fighting style categories, we need more diverse fighting styles. We need an update where we need updates that focus specifically on adding certain things to the game. We've had enough of low gears. We don't need any more low gears. Add sand and let the low gears be done with for the next couple of updates. Focus on the Parmesias, maybe a mythical zone. Focus on the Parmesias / mythical zones. And fighting styles. We need more prominent fighting styles. We need more fighting styles. There are a couple more others in One Piece that we could go through, or that you could go through and add. Hopefully Dragon Claw adds some dynamic into the PvP. I feel like the way PvP is right now, everybody holds block, right? But I feel like as the game goes on, there's gonna be better fighting styles to cater to the needs of this whole blocking thing. I feel like this blocking thing, like ABA, there's gonna be moves that are guaranteed block breaks that punish people for holding F. If holding F is a thing now, we need more abilities, fighting styles, move sets that punish people for holding block and running away, you know? So hopefully Dragon Claw should be one of those fighting styles, because if you've watched One Piece, you know what Dragon Claw does. So definitely going to need, you know, some, hopefully Dragon Claw lives up to the expectations. We do know Dragon Claw is able to enhance Devil Fruit abilities / Logia abilities. Sabo with his Dragon Claw has advanced Mera techniques. Hopefully Dragon Claw has advanced Logia techniques with every Logia. I'm just saying there could be some advanced form for each of the Logias. And the annoying thing about that is you'd have to update every new Logia added to the game to adjust with Dragon Claw. But at the same time, don't really see it being a problem, you know? So yeah, moving on. Oh, also in terms of since we're on the topic of fighting styles, in the future, if we're really following One Piece, I really feel like there might be some sort of transformations in the game. So we do know Mink, well, I wouldn't say fighting styles, these are more races. We do know Mink is able to transform, and it's called Mink's transformation form is called Sulong. Is that how you pronounce it? Sulong, Sulang, whatever you want to call it. Sulong form. The Sulong form, when the night is a full moon, they can, you know, transform into a different mode. I think they get increased speed, increased power, etc. I don't know how GPO would pull off transformations. I feel like they could do something. They could do something nice, do something cool. With Mink, I don't know. Maybe they're gonna have some flash type beat, some super speed type beat. I really feel like that would make sense. Not too sure if there's anything else getting transformations. We do have the other races we do have in the game right now is human, and I don't feel like human would get a transformation. Maybe like a Kaioken. We got human, we got fisherman, and we have Skypian. Now, not too sure how a fisherman or Skypian transformation would work. I'm not really too sure, but I do feel like alright, so Mink, Skypian, and Fisherman each have their different sort of race categories. So you have the Mink with the bunny ears, you have the Mink with the dog tail. I feel like each Mink form should have some sort of transformation to them. So not everybody just has one transformation form. That would be too plain Jane. And this way, for you, if you're listening, you get more money, because certain people might want the bunny transformation, some people might want the dog transformation, some people might want the other transformations. So I really feel like if you take the time to make each form have they could have the same moveset. There's no reason why you should give a bunny and a dog completely different movesets, because they're both Mink. But I feel like if you make each transformation have their own, not just change the color, have their own unique look to them, add some diversity, because we've been asking that for diversity since the start of the game. We've had no new clothes except for that Drip Goku stuff. If we have some diversity between the transformations, that would be so good. That'd be so good. Same for Fisherman and Skypian if they end up getting alternate forms. Maybe the short wing Skypians, you know what I'm saying, grow their wings out and something, and the big wings get some sort of crown and some halo and like a bro, like, you know what I mean? It would incentivize people rolling their race forms to get a specific type of thing. And I'm not gonna lie to you, for you, that would make you more bank. It really would. Take my suggestions. So yeah, that's it for the fighting styles and the races. I really do feel like this is the perfect time to talk about game modes. We need better game modes. We need better things to do in the game. So GPO state right now, GPO is a great game. You guys know I love GPO. Such a good game. Best game on the platform. Only playable game on the platform. But its current state, the game is high and dry boring. High and dry boring. It's just grind. Alright, so before we were grinding to get boss drops in order to use these drops in PvP, right? In Coliseum and Arena, right? Now that PvP is at all-time low, we're grinding these bosses for no reason. For no reason. Now, I mean, we can trade, but then again, we're still essentially doing all of that for no reason, because you're getting these fruits, right? But you're not doing anything with them because PvP is kind of boring. So what kind of at a really big standstill, and this is a hurdle for you, the game's successful. 20 plus players, 15k players a day for a paid access game, beyond successful. Game's successful, but how long can we go without end game? We have no end game content anymore because PvP is not here. Now, I have some suggestions that will actually help save the game. Now, these suggestions are going to be based off another game that really did them well. First suggestion is some sort of party quest system. Now, party quest, party dungeon, not the stupid dungeon we have now. That's not a dungeon. That's a wave system. That's a wave system that you see in these in wave video games. That's a wave system. It's not a dungeon. I'm talking about a real dungeon. Take for example this game, Vestria. There are many dungeons in this game. Back when the game was first in its beta stages, there was a game mode called Spider Queen Raid, right? Spider Queen Dungeon. And you would enter this cave. There's a specific area and it had a cave. You enter the cave, and in the cave, that's where the Spider Queen instance is, right? So that's where people meet other players. Every player there can look for parties, join parties, and then there's NPCs. There's the Spider Queen reward NPC, and you can buy health pots, blah blah blah. And then there's the NPC that you talk to in order to go into the dungeon. Now, once you're in the dungeon, I think there was about 6 or 7 stages. I'm going to be putting clips of this in the background from when I used to play the game. And each stage you have to do some sort of task in order to get onto the next stage. And I'm not going to explain all the stages. You're going to see them in the background as they're going on. I could briefly go over. The first stage was you need to build there's a bridge and the parts are missing. You have to find the parts, and where the parts are, there's like monsters, and if you die, you die. So go get the parts, take it back to the bridge, build the bridge, you go across the bridge. Second part is like a parkour stage. If you drop, you're most likely gonna die because there's a monster pit under there. Third stage, kind of gotta clear the room of all the monsters. Fourth stage was something along the lines of can't remember, and then fifth, sixth, and then the Spider Queen, and you defeat the Spider Queen in it, and it wasn't useless. If you do the raid, you're guaranteed to get something. Money, health pots, Spider Queen eggs that you could use to get rewards. Spider Queen has a chance of dropping rare items and rare scrolls. Like there was incentive to actually do the raid. GPO doesn't have any incentives for doing bosses like at all, except for getting a 1% drop chance. That's stupid. So the other game was like going in Coliseum in Vestria, was like some sort of fighting game mode. Now you go in there and you can every time you fight a player, they drop a coin when you kill them. You can either take that coin and leave, and you know you can redeem coins, or you can stack coins, kill multiple players and stack coins. But once you start getting coins, if you have over 5 coins, you're already a target. It shows on top of your head, and once players see that person has a lot of coins, everyone's going to target you. Now it's 50-50. If you dive those coins on, it's going to splat all the coins on the floor and everybody's going to scatter to try to pick them up. So it was actually really fun, especially when like a streamer got on, everybody was trying to kill the streamer, and then the servers would get full vibe, straight vibe. What else did Vestria have? Vestria had it was kind of similar to a game called Maple Story. Now there's this ticket place, you buy a ticket and you go on a boat, and this boat, like you go, it's a real-time boat. You go on the boat with other players and it takes you to literally a new area you can't get to without purchasing a ticket and getting on the boat. Well, in Vestria, you go to that island, and that island has stuff for you to do, has equipment you can get, etc, right? In Maple Story, whilst you're on the boat, monsters spawn. High-leveled monsters would spawn, and I mean, if you're a high-level player, it's your responsibility to take those monsters out. Now, low-level players can get on the boat, but at their own risk, because if there's no high-level players on the boat, you're gonna die from the monster instance. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things GPO can do instead of just empty boss grinding. Like there's so much things you can do, and I want to see this implemented in future updates. I definitely do. What else? I mean, I could talk about islands and blah blah blah, but there's no point about talking about islands if these islands come and all it is do this quest, do that quest, and then fight a boss. You know, there's no point of talking about that. We need things to actually do whilst we level up, like real questing systems, some sort of dungeons, some sort of raid that's not just getting a 1% drop. Just gonna throw this idea out here. Make an island, maybe Alabaster. We don't know when Alabaster's coming, but hopefully it comes with New World. Make it like this raid area, so we get to fight the sand boss or whatever, and then within this dungeon area, we get to form a party. You form the party, you go into the raid place, and there's multiple instances before you get to the actual boss. And within those instances, there's other things we need to do, not just senselessly completing killing monsters. Maybe we need to problem solve, you know, make it like there's so many games to take inspiration from. Make it like some Lara Croft dungeon raid. We need to complete this puzzle, get this piece in the right area, etc, pick this piece up and put it in the right place in order for the gate to open or something. GPO is the best game on the platform. You can make this stuff happen. Stop making empty islands, bro. And you know, you beat the boss, and it may be the boss has multiple things it drops. So not only does it drop, add some actual use for Pele as well. Jesus Christ. So not only does it drop Pele, maybe it has a chance to drop specific items for that boss, like the game already does. And then it drops some sort of sand dune or sand coin, and if you get enough sand coins, you can redeem these special equipment or special items, etc, and these items are untradeable. That way those items hold value, or maybe some of the items in the dune shop are tradable and some of them are not. You know, add some incentive, some really cool incentive to actually grind in the game. You know what I mean? Not just mindless grinding. But yeah, I've gone off topic. The video's already too long. Hope you guys get where I'm going with this. I have so much ideas that GPO could implement into the game that'll actually make the game fucking fun to play. You know, but yeah, it's one thing saying this thing should be added, and it's another thing actually scripting and coding these things into play. So I understand it's not easy. It's easier said than done. But if it's been done for smaller scale games, I have no doubt in my mind that GPL can pull this shit off even more successfully. Anyways, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace.